What? I got something on my face?
Shove it, asshole! Got my own reasons for being in Good Springs. Wait, you're that courier that got shot a few days ago, aren't you?
Damn.
You're tougher than you look. What do you say you and me get back at that flat-top fink, huh? Could be fun.
Hell yeah! Let's wreck some face.
Hey, did you know I'm part Italian? Mia madre has Italian genes. Mom tells me Papa was born in Arroyo, though.
That asshole that shot you won't know what hit him. Just you wait.
Before you ask, I don't know any nuclear launch codes. As far as you know. Well, when they aren't trying to fuck you with taxes, I personally think they're a bunch of flag twirlers. Some high-strung new Reno mob boss wife was the reason I got locked up. And get this, her hubby is an NCR senator. I know better than to poke the bear, though. If they shoot first, I'm blowing them all to hell, just so you know. They're just slavers flying under a different flag. I've heard how they treat women in Legion territory, and I ain't having that shit. Personally, I have half a mind to head to Caesar's fort and shove a mini nuke up his ass. Heard one of their chapters had a civil war with the Enclave. Damn, I wish I could have seen that. Must have been a lot of explosions. Actually, now that you mention it, I did see a few guys in power armor before I settled in Good Springs. Never seen the guy in person, but apparently he's the head honcho of New Vegas, so he's gotta be someone important. My mom told me stories about him when I was growing up, though. My brother worked with him a lot, so I can't really say anything bad about him. See, they're good people, but you need manpower if you want to spread your beliefs. Actions speak louder than words, and without actions, they're gonna get wiped out if the NCR and the Legion decide to duke it out again. On a more personal note, I dated one of their scientists at one point. Wonder if she remembers me. They're cool guys, and they protect Freeside, from what I've heard. Dated a guy who ran with them too, so I might be biased. Get this, though. They're all one giant homage to some pre-war musician. If anything, I appreciate the dedication. He's some Vegas big shot from what I hear over the radio. And as of a few days ago, he's the fink who put a bullet in your skull. Here's hoping we can return the favor. I have to admit, a Vegas without the NCR or the Legion trying to stick their dicks in it sounds like paradise. Ooh, always been a believer of freedom of the people, you know? Not to toot my own horn, but explosives are kinda my bread and butter. With the clusterfuck here, I can clear a crowd or two. It's probably good for us both if you kept any goons we come across out of my face, though. Up close and personal ain't my forte. Oh, me? Your girl here is from Modoc. My family used to move around a lot. But my mom loved how peaceful it was in Modoc. Bless Mom's soul, wherever she is. But peace can get boring sometimes. I ain't one for staying in one place for too long, so I left when I turned 18. I write to her sometimes, you know. Don't want her to think her baby girl ended up as a stain on the sand somewhere. Nothing beats a classic frag grenade, my friend. Pull the pin, throw that fucker, and look out for any organs the unlucky son of a bitch happens to be holding. Never gets old, I swear. Look, I admire their potency and all, but it ain't exactly easy stealing stuff from a pile of goo, you know? Don't get why people gotta make grenades so fucking complicated. Oh, this whole thing. I call it the clusterfuck. My brother Darius customized it for me, and I took it a step further. I tell ya, nothing's better than getting a kill with this baby. Just, try not to be in the blast radius when I let loose, okay? Mom and I went to Portland a long time ago. Cold as a motherfucker up there, but it's less chaotic than the Mojave. I distinctly remember this chick with the red hair and armor that looked straight out of a religious fantasy book, though. I think it's something scaly. Kinda like a Mirelurk, except less violent and pinchy. Never seen one, but Darius did at one point, I know that for sure. A few times. Though, the best thing that ever happened to me was this gal named Amelia. She was part of the Brotherhood of Steel, or a rogue sect of it anyway. Had this badass looking set of black and red power armor. She had some sort of disease from a place called the Pit, I think. It fucked her face up good. But I didn't care. Loved her to pieces. She and I just clicked, you know? But she and I eventually agreed that our worlds were too different to keep what we had going. But hey, our goodbye was on good terms. Hope she's alright, wherever she is. Actually, yeah. Tags and Hawkins taught me a few more things about explosives, but I figured out the rest on my own. Wonder where those crazy bastards are now. You sure you wanna know? Alright, you got me. It's magical pixie dust. Oh, you should have seen your face. No, it ain't pixie dust. My brother Darius customized the innards of a grenade launcher and made it strong enough to handle 2 payloads. The bigger the boom, the better, I always say. I don't really like to talk about Darius nowadays, but he was the best. Taught me everything I know about explosives. Made the clusterfuck for me. Helped Mom raise me when Dad passed. I only wish I could have saved him. But hey, every raider we kill gives me some kind of closure. You know? Wait, you're serious? You know what? Yeah. Last I remember, the raider that killed Darius was hanging around Prim Pass. If we're quick, we can get the drop on her. I've been waiting a long goddamn time to dust this bitch. How do you walk around with all those caps in your pockets? That jingling noise has to be irritating. Hey, you ever thought of being a pirate? You could pull it off if you tried. That reminds me. Wonder how Captain Lizzie's doing. Nothing particular at the moment. You ever wonder how the rest of the world is outside of America? I always wanted to go to London. Nothing beats a good bottle of Nuka-Cola Quantum. Speaking of, you got any on you? Maledizione, bloat flies. Sorry, I'm allergic. Swung by this club in Freeside one time. I remember this stripper with red hair, right? She sounded exactly like me. Wait, you don't think she could be my long-lost cousin, do you? Damn it! Sand in my boots. Hey, how did you survive getting shot in the head? Got a metal plate in your skull or something? You ever heard of this guy called Marco? He sounds like some pretentious asshat who hypes himself up too much. Gotta wonder how you can survive being set on fire and thrown into a canyon. Huh. Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something. Robo-brains are cazzo inquietante, let me tell ya. Wouldn't want my head stuffed in a metallic shell. Ugh. There was this one guy I distinctly remember from when I was locked up. 11 IQ Ian, his name was. Guy would find a way to blow himself up with a lit fuse of dynamite when talking to someone. My thing is, right, he'd come back days later without a scratch. You think cazadores are scary in the Mojave? There are ones the size of fucking Yao Guai in Zion. Ugh! Fucking nightmare fuel! Frag mines are the best. You watch some poor sap step on one and then boom! Free paint job for the room you're in. That all you got?
You like the sight of your own blood?
I owe you big time for this. Thanks for, helping me avenge Darius. He'd have gotten a drink with you, for sure.
What the fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover Dam. You're desecrating a war memorial. Oh, now it's on! Ha-ha!
Here comes the boom.